Shout out Sniper T on the beat.
Tamara to the break of dawn is on the rise, with life on the forefront of the mind. So line for line, you can ride this brain train and you can change your station without even touching the dial. So relax, stay a little bit, but listen for a while. And whether you're bumping this in the whip or in a business fit, it's a meeting you won't want to miss. A meeting for a meal to feed the soul with words for the mind. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Time to take off, it's time to fly. Cause Tamara till the break of dawn is on the rise.
Hey, y'all. It's me, Tamara. Ooh, yes. Rody Mac is still in the building, y'all. He ain't going nowhere, you feel me? So, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. For all my new listeners, new episodes drop every Thursday. I usually talk about my life, my interests, and the ways I'm trying to grow. So, come on back through, you feel me? And for all my day 1, 2, 3, 7, 89, 155, whatever week you came in, thank you so much for your continued support. If you're not, you totally should follow me on social media, and the link to that is in the episode notes. And if you're not, you totally should also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Usually, about 95% of the time, you know what I'm saying? The new episodes will drop on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, so you get that early content, you feel me? And also, if you guys have a YouTube channel, I will subscribe back. So, welcome, guys. This is week 2 of Rody Mac being in the building. Yes. We ain't going nowhere, you know what I'm saying? So, obviously, he's going to stay in the building. All right, y'all. So,
at the time of this recording.
Yes. So, recently, I actually got to record on 12 Cal's platform. Yes. And we talked about getting out of the friend zone and all that good stuff. So if you want to check that out, I have the link to the Apple Podcast, Spotify, and YouTube in the episode notes. The episode is called Getting Out of the Friend Zone with Tamara, if I'm not mistaken. But it's going to be in the episode notes because I don't have that written down in front of me. So yeah, it was a dope conversation. I swear I thought I had been on that man's platform before, but I guess it's just he had been on here for several different episodes. Definitely a friend of the show. Definitely I am a fan of his show. So it was so dope just to have that conversation. So yeah, check that out. This past weekend was super duper busy. Like, man, it is actually really the past, I want to say week has just been really, really busy. A lot of work, a lot of clients. I'm not tripping because that means I'm earning money. But then also, I actually had some quality time with my youngest nieces. So my brother and his wife have 4 kids. They are 13, 8, 7, and 4. 13-year-old loves volleyball, so she is actually the reason that I got interested in volleyball and started going to college volleyball games because she actually plays volleyball. So in the fall, or was it the winter? I don't know. But last year sometime, she and I went to a college volleyball game. So I'm trying to be more intentional about spending time with my nieces so that I don't only see them at holidays and stuff like that. And so I had told the younger ones, like, okay, I'm going to take y'all somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And whatever. Time goes by. I move, they move, I got sick, just all these different things happened to where it got pushed back. But finally had quality time with my nieces this weekend. So let's go ahead and get into Tamara's takeaway of the week, y'all. So I had quality time with my nieces. Let's talk about the day that we spent together, right? So I picked them up. We went to Hot Shops Art Center, which is literally my favorite place to go. I take pretty much anyone there who says they have an interest in art or whatever. So if you look behind me, if you're watching on YouTube, you see that I have, some art on the wall. It's no longer a blank wall. Yes. I'm very happy about that. Didn't want to put my podcast logo as I had before at the previous house because now that I have company videos that I will very soon be getting back to recording, but now that I have company videos, I didn't want to have to change it out and all this stuff. I don't have a canvas for my company. So I wanted something that I was going to be able to just put up and just keep up. So the pieces behind me I actually got from artists at Hot Shops Art Center. So the abstract pieces are from an artist named John Summers Art. So I've gone there a lot in the past several months or whatever, ever since I found that place or whatever. And so when I go, I will talk to the different artists and all that stuff. And I'm just such a fan of abstract art. So that's where those canvases came from. And then you see it's to my left as I'm looking at the screen, but on the other side of it, you see a violin over some words. I don't know if you can tell that those are words and all that good stuff. So that piece is a digital image, which is called Colored Black by an artist named Ange Bennett. And the piece includes the transcript from Elijah McClain. So if you don't know who Elijah McClain is, that's someone who was killed by the police. And so the words underneath the violin is the transcript of what he was saying. And then also he was a violinist, and so she put the violin over that. And I was walking through the art center, went into her studio, thought it was dope, even though I hadn't even read the words. And then when she told me the meaning behind it, I was just going to take a picture of it. And then she was like, oh, I can give you a digital print. And she actually just gave it to me. So shout out to her for that. But yeah, I went to Hot Shops Art Center this weekend, took my nieces. Again, it's my favorite place to go. If you live in Omaha, you should definitely go check them out. It's 3 floors of so many different art studios. It's free to get in, and then you can buy art from the artist or not, or they have so many different things like glass blowing, photographers, different type of people who paint in different styles, just all these different things, right? And so I love to go there. I will take, like I said, anyone who loves art. And so I took my nieces. It was really, really cool to see them, point out their favorite paintings and all that good stuff. It's really interesting though, because as I was driving there, I felt like such anxiety. This was actually the first time outside of I've babysat them. I want to say only once, because their parents don't usually ask me to babysit or stuff like that. They probably know I'm busy, or I don't even really know what they be doing to know if they need babysitters or whatever. But I've only babysat them, I want to say once. And so this was actually the first time me ever taking them anywhere, though, just me and them. Now I have 3 kids, so it's not like I haven't been, alone with 3 kids before or more. I've even worked at a daycare before, done children's church volunteering, all this stuff. So I don't know why there was such anxiety. I remember driving down to the art center and just thinking oh my gosh, if somebody hits us or if we get in an accident, it was wild, because I don't usually have anxiety and just fear like that or whatever. We went to the art center. It was so fun. Just really interesting being around an 8, 7, and 4-year-old though. So we went to the art center, and then we went to go get food, and then we went to the car wash because the car was dirty. And as we were driving to the art center, I was like, oh, do you guys like car washes? And they're like, yeah. And so we went to the car wash. And then I took him to get ice cream. So this was a jam-packed day. And I really should have paced myself. And so my takeaway from this thing is, girl, you need to have levels to this. So I've set the bar really high on what they should expect from me. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to top that. You know what I'm saying? It was a jam-packed day, all these activities, all this stuff. And I even told them, don't be expecting this every time that we hang out. So Tamara's takeaway, once again, pace yourself, girl. Don't be out here sprinting. You know what I'm saying? It's a marathon. They're only 8, 7, and 4. So there's so much more life for them to live and so many more activities and outings to take them on. Like maybe I should have just took them to the art center and then took them home. And then the next time took them to get food and then took them home. And then the next time took them to the car wash, which is basically like an amusement park. Like, this was a different car wash I had never been through. There was so much happening. So yeah, pace yourself, bro. You feel me? Then Sunday was family game night. So I don't know if I've ever talked about this on here before, but I'm very big on like game nights with my kids. And I usually say they can invite a friend or their significant other or whatever, just so we can be doing intentional family stuff, that we're spending time together and all that. So we had our first one in the new house on Sunday. Yes. Yes, yes. Y'all, the new studio audience is so dope. You feel me? But yeah, it was so fun. And one of my daughters, I won't say who, Kayliana, and her boyfriend really tried to cheat in Uno, talking about some alliance and let's get phase 5 going on and stuff. But you know what? You know what? We ain't going for no cheating.
No, nigga.
No.
We can't, no.
And guess what? I still won. Why? Because all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Yes, 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 yes. So that was so fun, though, just to, Sunday is my day off. I'm very intentional about, I don't do any work on Sunday. I work really hard Monday through Saturday. Like, I can't ever say too much about like what I do as far as with my subcontracting work. I'm very vague on purpose. But let me just tell you that people have been making me earn every cent of the money that I have been earning. Like, I work really hard Monday through Saturday and do a lot. So yeah, Sunday I definitely don't work. So it was so fun to have the first family game night. I usually try to do it once a month. So we're going to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope. Work has been hectic. The days have been long. I've been trying to be more intentional about like waking up earlier so that I can have more quiet time to myself in the morning, because I've noticed that at night, like when I come home from work and if I try to have my quiet time then, I mean, my kids may be in and out the, house or the hallway or whatever. And like the way our house is set up, where my room is, especially like my studio, they have to walk past it to go downstairs. So then if they're in the kitchen or if they're in the living room or if they're going in and out of the garage or just whatever, it's like I could hear all that, and it doesn't really it's not giving quiet time. You feel me? So I've been trying to be a little bit more intentional about like waking up earlier. And what I've learned about myself is that I need to set my alarm clock earlier for when I actually need to wake up, because the reality is that I'm probably not going to hear the alarm right at 6 o'clock or right at 6:30 or whatever. And I actually don't need to wake up that early, but I do need to set my alarm for 6. Like, if I want to get up at 6:30, I really need to be setting my alarm for 6. It is what it is. I'm single. There's nobody there for that to disturb. But yeah, I have been trying to be really intentional about waking up earlier, because if I get up earlier, make sure that I have like my quiet time, my time in the Word, my time in prayer, even to like really get my mind prepared for the day, then I can handle all of the interruptions and disruptions in my schedule and all that good stuff that has been a theme in the last week, which leads me to weekly wisdom. Man, this last week has been really, really just crazy. And the biggest thing that I've learned in the last week is how frustrated I get. Like, I didn't realize how much of I am a very structured person. Let's put this on the calendar. I go by my calendar. I get like irritated sometimes when people throw things at me last minute and I have to scramble and like move people around, because my day is very much like 12 o'clock appointment, 1:30 appointment, 3 appointment, 4:30 appointment. Like, my day is very structured, and I just really go from one appointment to the next for several hours. And so I've seen in the last week, though, I've had so many like last minute meetings thrown at me or just last minute things. And I noticed like how frustrated I would get with that, but I would make it work. And so the biggest thing that the Lord has taught me in the past week is that one, my security cannot come from having my schedule together, right? My security cannot come from having structure because I really love structure. I really like things in order, like in my studio, because I'm not really fully unpacked because so like I need stuff to put stuff in. And so I had some boxes that were just in the studio the whole time that we've lived here. And I didn't really know what to do with them because I need different furniture and stuff to be able to put things in. And so finally, I just was like, okay, let me put these boxes in my closet because they can go in there. It can be more structured and in order in my studio. So now my studio and my room just looks like we're fully unpacked. Now, mind you, there's not really much furniture in here, you know what I'm saying? But that's not the point. It's clean, things are in order. Like that is how I need things. I don't really do well in chaos, but there has been so much chaos that has been happening that I have really learned that I cannot let my security come from the structure that I try to create. I cannot let my security come from having my schedule on point and all that good stuff because at the end of the day, everything is not going to go the way that I want it to, especially in the world that I work in, right? Even in business, you know what I'm saying? You have to pivot, you have to adjust, you have to be flexible. And the other thing that I've learned too in the last week is that everything doesn't have to be done the way that I think it should be. I am a very particular person about some, like, there's a lot, like, the things that I don't care about, I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? But then the things that I care about and the things that I want to be a certain way, when it's not that way, and this is not just related to work, this is just in general. The things that I want to be the way that I want it to be, when it's not that way, I really find myself getting very irritated. You know what I'm saying? And I've had a lot of situations recently where I've had to just tell myself, like, it doesn't have to be the way that you want it to be, right? And also, you don't want to demotivate somebody or make somebody feel less than because you're being too critical or whatever. Now, I haven't done that, but this is like the conversations that I have to have with myself because I've been someone who have been around people who have been super critical and whatever, and I know how that feels. So I never want to make anyone else feel that way. And sometimes you can like visibly see when people feel defeated or they start shutting down or whatever. And so the thing that God has really been telling me this week is like, girl, sometimes you just got to go with the flow. And like, I need to be what you find your security in. So like when things are not going the way that I want them to go, I might have to pray. I might have to like vent to the Lord real quick or whatever before I go from this thing to this new thing that's suddenly on my schedule that wasn't on my schedule. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my security really needs to come from Him. So my encouragement to you all, if you are someone who you are what they would almost say like a control freak, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to let go of control, not because you need to intentionally do it, but sometimes you're forced to do it. But you can't let when you are not in control of a situation cause you to just really get off balance. You know what I'm saying? So like your security needs to come from something else. Putting my security in the Lord, I can say that is a better place because like He's a constant. So even if I can't control the situation or I can't control what's going on, He can help me to have the peace that I need to walk through this annoying situation. He can help me to kind of be what's the word that I'm looking for, more steadfast and not all over the place or going off on people or just popping off or having attitude. Like He can kind of keep me calm again by giving me the peace, by just pouring His Spirit into me or whatever. And so like I'm learning that like that's what my security needs to be in, not in the structure and the order or the world that I try to create because I'm trying to control everything. So that's all I got for y'all this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you're taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Be healthy in your relationships, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Ladies and gents, this concludes transmission. Tune in next time for a whole new edition. Another adventure and mission to share, be heard, and clarify the vision of this whole new world for